To our G.I. Joe toy review this week. This is the beginning of the Summer of Vehicles month, where this week we will be starting with the Cobra Fang, the gyrocopter, one of the most popular G.I. Joe toys back in the 80s. But before we get to the Cobra Fang, we're going to do our shout outs of the week, starting with Time Traveler Toys and Collectibles at 115 South Loudon Street. Where you can find all of your toys and collectible needs. Where you can find everything from the G.I. Joe, the Transformers, the Thundercats, the He-Man, She-Ra, Star Wars, Star Trek, WWE, you name it, they got it. The comic books, all that good stuff. So go ahead and check them out. And then you can go to 80 Weems Lane to 4-Color Fantasies for all your comic book needs. From Marvel to IDW to DC and all in between. Old issues and newer issues. So go ahead and check them out. And if you're in need of any kind of counseling, go to 4-Color, go to Healing Grace Community Services, which has the proprietor of Dr. Robert C. Brown. Healing, and he does do a lot of good advice, and he's a good listener and very dear, good personal friend of mine. And he is a faithful fan of the channel. So if you need any counseling, go ahead and check him out. And then also, when you leave there, you can go back to the Walking Mall, back to the media, which has all your video game needs from Atari up to current systems. So go ahead and check them out. And so let's get to our review of the Cobra Fang. Let's start with the file card that some modern vehicles come with. So let's take a look at the Fang, where it says type, rotary aircraft, designation gyrocopter, weapons 85mm rapid fire cannon, heat-seeking rockets, and the quote here, or the text reads, the Fang, fully armed Negator gyrocopter aircraft is like a hummingbird with a bad attitude. Pared down to the essentials, it's still a formidable attack vehicle for its size and design. It carries a formidable attack vehicle, and it carries strut-mounted rockets and an 85mm rear-mounted cannon, and an open cockpit leaves the pilot vulnerable for enemy fire, but allows for a more comprehensive appraisal for the target or battle station. Cobra Fang crafts are used for air support, singly or in teams. They harass the enemy with nuanced fire and launch air attack in coordination with a larger aerial force. So that's a pretty cool little read. Let me be right back. I'll go over the accessories, and we'll go over the features as well of the Cobra Fang. And we are here with the blueprints for the Fang. So let's go over the parts of it. Where it says number 1 is the intake ducts, which are these little things right here on the sides, right here, and the other one is right over here. Those are the carburetor intake ducts. And then you got the cooling system exhaust ducts, which are, I guess, right underneath it. And then you got the high-speed reinforced main rotor, which is the propeller blades. As you can tell, there's one point of articulation where they do spin and they keep going. It's slowing down. There it is. And then you got the 85mm rear mounted reinforced cannon, which is right here, which is on a bubble mount, but you can rotate it at any position. And then you got the LCD analog instrumentation, which is right in here. I guess that's where the joystick is. Right there, as you can see the joystick. And then you got the secondary flight controls, which is in that same area. And then the primary flight control stick, which is the joystick. And then you got the heat-seeking air-to-air rockets, which are these 4 little rockets right here, which you can actually place right there on the skids. As you can see the little pegs on the 2 little sides right there, as well as on the other side. And I'll show you how they're mounted on there here very shortly. And then you got the airspeed engine sensors, which are right here on the sides of the mounted clips, right there. And the other one is right here. And then there's the engine perimeter frame roll cage, which is right here. Which, if you watch Form BX257 and ACC 788, you'll see that this is a frequently missing and broken off piece on the fidget machines. And then you've got the muffler housing, which is right in here. That's the muffler, I take it.
I told Tony that I
and then
you're here to take a statement.
The exhaust nozzle, which I think that's partly the exhaust nozzle also. And then you've got the real horizontal stabilizers on there, which are right here, these 2 little back fin looking thingies. And then you got the counter rotor, which is right here, which you can actually spin. And and it's pretty much all the basic details. Plus, you also got the negator bomb, which is the N in Fang, which is pretty cool.
A better mother to my boys in the 3 years I was married to Silas than I ever was before. I'm happy. I was happy.
But let me show you how it looks out fully mounted with the weapons. So here we are with the air-to-air rockets on it and the negator bomb right there at the bottom. And so it's ready for Cobra to use in the flight pods. So let me put the driver that it came with, the Cobra pilot, inside of the Fang helicopter. So here we are with the Cobra pilot in the gyrocopter. You can use it as she's flying around. Woo! Sorry for the motion sickness. But that's how it looks with the Cobra pilot in it. I can't find any references to where the Fang made the first appearance in the comic or the cartoon. I know they were early on, in the early issues and the early episodes. I want to say the Fang helicopter appears in the Cobra Strikes in the first miniseries. And in the first miniseries, the first couple issues of the first issue of G.I. Joe, the comic book. The Cobra pilot will be his own separate review later on, so that's pretty cool. But that's it for the Cobra Fang helicopter. But I will place this as a top tier figure, just because even though it's small, but it still had its general uses. It was still perfectly good for what it did and the service it had toward the Cobra organization. For vintage reviews, you can find it on Forum BX257 and ACC 788. And you can find Sanitarium Productions, Joe Fan 82. Pretty much everybody under the sun has done the Cobra Fang. So I'm kind of late with my presentation, but hey, it works. It's the best time I can fit it on the schedule. So tune in next week as we review for the summer of vehicles, the Ram Cycle. I'm actually looking forward to this. I'll be glad to review this. So tune in next week for the Ram Cycle. This has been the Fang Gyrocopter. And here on Cobra Island, now you know, and knowing is half the battle. See you in the next one. Peace.